So good morning. Let's have a quick recap lang sa pinag-aralan natin last meeting. So, statement of cash flows. The statement of cash flows provides information about the sources or yung inflows and utilization or yung outflows of cash and cash equivalents during the period. So, doon natin makikita lahat ng report about the movement of cash ng isang entity for the period. So, meron tayong 3 classifications of cash flows. Meron tayong operating activities, which those are the main revenue generating activities na we usually see sa income statement and sa current asset and current liability section ng statement of financial position. So, meron tayong dalawang method. Yung direct method, it shows each major class of gross cash receipts and gross cash payments, while sa indirect method naman, it adjusts actual basis profit or loss for the effects of changes in operating activities and liabilities and effects of non-cash items. So sa investing activities, those are your investments. It is either your investment sa ibang company or yung proceeds mo sa pagbenta ng mga non-current assets na hindi mo na ginagamit. And we usually see them sa, of course, sa non-current asset section ng statement of financial position. And yung financing activities, those are the borrowings naman or yung mga inutang mo sa ibang company to fund your activities. And we usually see them sa non-current liability section of the statement of financial position and sa equity. So we prepared 5 theory questions tapos 5 problems lang din na aansaran nyo. Pwede kayong mag-chat or mag-unmute to answer. Ito yung first question. Ito yung question. Ayan. So, question number 1. An objective of the statement of cash flows is to A, disclose changes during the period in all assets and all equity accounts. B, disclose the change in working capital during the period. C, provide information about the company's operating, investing, and financing activities. Or D, none of these choices are correct. Mag-chat na lang po. Hindi ko makita yung chat. Meron na bang sumagot? Okay, si Marvic nagsagot, letter C yung sagot niya. Yung iba po. Madali lang yan. Ayan, nagsagot din si Cyrene and si Kian. Yeah. Letter C. So, i-reveal ko na yung answer. The answer is, wait. Ayun, C. Provide information about the company's operating, investing, and financing activities. So, yun yung objective ng statement of cash flows. So, for the question number 2, the primary purpose of the statement of cash flows is to provide information about A, about the operating, investing, and financing activities of a company during a period. B, that is useful in assessing cash flow prospects. C, about the cash receipts and cash payments of a company during period. Or D, about the entity's ability to meet its obligations, its ability to pay dividends, and its needs for external financing. Meron na bang nagsagot? I'm waiting. See. Okay. Okay. So yung si Kian and Joselia is D yung answer, and then si Marivic C, and then si Cyrene A. So the answer is yun, C. It is about the cash receipts and cash payment of a company during a period. So question number 3. Mr. Ronaldo, ikaw na.
Question number 3. To arrive at net cash provided by operating activities, it is necessary to report revenues and expenses on a cash basis. This is done by A, re-recording all income statement transactions that directly affect cash in a separate cash flow journal. B, estimating the percentage of income statement transactions that were originally reported on a cash basis and projecting this amount to the entire array of income statement transactions. C, eliminating the effects of income statement transaction that did not result in a corresponding increase or decrease in cash. Or letter D, eliminating all transactions that have no current or future effect on cash, as depreciation from the net income computation. So, type nyo na lang yung answer nyo, guys. Ilan na yung nagsagot? Ay, dadalawa pa lang. Go, mag-answer tayo, guys, para alam namin. Go. Kulang pa ng isa. Tama ba? Sige, okay. So, si Marivic, Kian, and Cyrene ang answer nila letter A. Tapos si Joselia, letter B. Pero, the correct answer is letter C. Eliminating the effects of income statement transaction that did not result in corresponding increase or decrease in cash. Di ba pag statement of cash flow, dapat merong increase tapos merong decrease in cash, di ba? Kaya, syempre, pag wala namang epekto doon sa cash flow. For example, parang non-cash transaction siya, di ba, dinidisclose na lang yun. So, letter C yung sagot. Question number 4. Which of the following would be classified as a financing activity on a statement of cash flows? A, declaration as and distribution of a share dividend. B, deposit to a bond sinking fund. C, sale of a loan receivable. D, payment of interest to a creditor. You may start i-chat nyo na lang sa chat box. You may type it sa chat box na lang. Go, go, go! So, all of you answered letter A. Pero di ba letter A is not classified a financing activity? Kasi nga declaration pa lang naman siya ng distribution pa lang, di ba? I think there is no cash involved here. Pero yung the correct answer dyan is letter B, deposit to a bond sinking fund. Yung sale of a loan receivable, I think operating ito. Tapos yung payment of interest to a creditor, hindi ko sure kung ano siya. Pero basta yung payment of interest to a creditor, this is not a financing activity. The correct answer dito is letter B. Deposit to a bond sinking fund. So, question number 5.
So in a statement of cash flows, the cash flows from investing activities section should be report A. The issuance of ordinary shares in exchange for a factory building. B. Share dividends received. C. A major repair to machinery charged to accumulated depreciation. D. The factoring of accounts receivable. You may now start answering. Investing activities. So, ibig sabihin non-current assets yan. So, ang sagot ni Marivic, C. Si Kian naman, C. How about the others? Let's wait for the others. Yung dalawa na lang. Okay, isa na lang. Okay, apat na pala kayo. So, the correct answer is, so, tama kayo. Letter C, a major repair to machinery charged to accumulated depreciation kasi non-current assets yan. So, let's go to the problem.
Okay, so for the problem 1. Robley Company reported net income of 340,000 for the year ended December 31, 2008. Included in the computation of income were depreciation expense 60,000, amortization of a patent 32,000, income from an investment in common stock of Brett Incorporated accounted for under the equity method 48,000, and amortization of a bond discount 12,000. Robley also paid an 80,000 dividend during the year. So for the requirement, the net cash provided by operating activities. Check nyo na lang again yung answers ninyo. So remember, kapag operating activities, yung affected lang is income statement and current asset and current liabilities for section ng balance sheet. So yeah. Okay lang magkamali ha. Basta magsagot kayo para may okay, may mga nagsasagot na. So for Cyrene, 519,000 and for Marivic, 268,000. It's okay. Porque yan naman 236,000. Okay lang kahit na hindi kayo sure. As long as and for Joselia, 480,000. Okay, so for the answer, ayan, 396,000. So meron tayong net income na 340,000, diba? Tapos depreciation expense na 60,000, amortization of patent 32,000, yung income from investment na 48,000, and amortization of bond na 12,000, which arrived to net cash provided by operating activities na 396,000 pesos. Okay, so for the problem number 2, ABC company had the following information for 20x2. Okay, acquired 3-month treasury bills for 50,000, acquired equipment with a purchase price of 1 million by paying 20% in cash and issuing a no payable for the balance. There were no payments made on the note during the year. Acquired land with fair value of 800,000 by issuing shares with aggregate par value of 600,000. The excess is credited to share premium. Extended a 400,000 pesos loan to a director. Borrowed 320,000 from a bank. Used the cash proceeds as follows: 200,000 for additional working capital and 120,000 to settle scrip dividends declared in 20x1 and settled an extending note payable by issuing shares with aggregate par value of 200,000. Share premium resulted from the transaction amounted to 70,000 pesos. So for the requirement, compute for the net cash flows or cash used from investing activities and financing activities. You can check your answers now. Okay, seems like nahihirapan kayo. So, tulungan ko na lang kayo. Okay, so yung acquired 3-month treasury bills for 50,000, operating activities po yan kasi it involves a mere transfer of cash to cash equivalent. So, saan ba natin makikita yung cash and cash equivalent? Of course, sa current asset ng balance sheet, di ba? So, operating activities siya. So, excluded siya sa computation. So, yung acquired equipment with a purchase price of 1 million by paying 20% cash and issuing a note payable for the balance. Ano naman siya? Yung 200,000 lang yung kasama kasi yung 80%, it is a non-cash transaction. So, excluded siya. Yung 20% na cash down payment for the acquisition of equipment naman was included in the investing activities. So, yung pinambayad. It is an investing activity. So, yung acquired land with fair value of 800,000 by issuing shares with aggregate par value of 600,000. Ano naman siya? It is a yung cash is not affected, so excluded din siya. Kasi nga yung bayad niya is shares. Next, yung extended a 400,000 loan to a director. So extended a 400,000 loan to a director. It is included sa investing activities naman. Yeah, investing activities kasi loan. So yung next, borrowed 320,000 from a bank. Of course, it is financing kasi nga nangutang tayo ng cash sa bangko. Yung use the cash proceeds as follows: 200,000 for additional working capital and 120,000 settles scrip dividends declared in 20x1. Yung 200,000 hindi siya included sa computation kasi operating activities siya. Yung 120,000 naman, yun yung included. Yeah. So next, settled an outstanding note payable by issuing shares with aggregate par value of 200,000. Share premium resulted from transaction amounted to 70,000 pesos. So yung settlement of note payable through issuance of shares is a non-cash transaction. Therefore, excluded din siya. So ito yung computation natin. Ayan. So we have net cash used in investing activities na 600,000, which was computed as, ito yung sinabi ko nga na 20% lang ng 1 million, which is 200,000, and then yung loan granted to, cash proceed of loan granted to officer. That's why we arrive at this amount, 600,000. And then for the cash flows from financing activities, yung hiniram natin or inutang natin na pera sa bangko, which amounted to 320,000, and yung cash payment for dividends na 120,000. Kaya nag-arrive tayo sa 200,000. Yeah. So next problem, Mr. Ronaldo.
Problem number 3. Presented below is the income statement of Foley Incorporation. Sales $380,000. Cost of goods sold $225,000. Gross profit is equals to $155,000. Operating expenses $85,000. Income before income taxes $70,000. Income taxes $28,000. So a total of net income of $42,000. In addition, the following information related to net changes in working capital is presented. Cash $12,000, trade account receivable $15,000, inventories of 19,400, salaries 8,000, trade accounts payable 12,000, income tax payable 3,000. The company also indicates that depreciation expense for the year was 16,700, and the deferred tax liability account increased to 2,600. For the requirement, prepare our schedule computing the net cash flow from operating activities that would be shown on a statement of cash flows using the indirect method. So let's go, guys. Start answering na po. Pa-chat na lang sa pa-type na lang sa chat box yung sagot. So for the computation nung parang on using the indirect method, first kunin natin yung net income na 42,000. Tapos let's do the adjustments to reconcile net income to net cash provided by operating activities. First yung for the adjustment is increase in trade account receivable. So, di ba, pag increase in operating current asset, di ba deducted yon kasi nga inverse relationship siya. So, yung 15,000 nakadeduct siya. Tapos, decrease in inventories, inverse relationship, kaya added siya yung 19,400. For the decrease in salaries payable naman, decrease siya kasi nga, di ba, pag decrease in operating current liabilities, yun yung deducted din. Pag increase naman in current operating liabilities, increase siya. Kasi nga, di ba, inverse relationship. Direct relationship yun. Tapos, pag decrease in income taxes payable, decrease din siya. Kasi nga, di ba, direct relationship. Tapos, yung depreciation expense, 16,700. Tapos, increase in deferred tax liability, matik siya na increase, ibig sabihin added siya doon sa adjustment. So for those adjustment, the total of it is 24,700. Tapos i-add natin yung net income na 42,000, kaya nakuha yung net cash provided by operating activities na 66,700. Okay.
Okay, that's all for today, guys. Yung mga other problems, sa next meeting na lang natin yun i-discuss. Thank you for listening and have a lunch. Great lunch. Thank you very much. Sayonara.